So hi guys, this is Amit and you're watching Study with Amit. So today we'll learn under this topic loops that how to find different types of numbers, or we have to check that if the condition is true, the number is that number or not. So let's start today. Question number 1, Pronic number. Now question is, write a program to take a number and find whether it is Pronic number or not. Now what is Pronic number? If product product of product of two consecutive number is called Pronic number. Now product of two consecutive number means what? Now if we take example as two consecutive number, 3 into 4 is equal to 12. If the input is 12, then this condition would be correct and it would be a Pronic number. So for this we have to write the program. So first we'll write till here we know. Now we have to take the input. So system.out.println, enter a number. Now int no is equal to sc dot next int. We have taken here input. So now after this we have to put our logic. So for this loops we'll use for loop. For this we'll take one variable boolean flag is equal to false. Now for int I is equal to 1, I is less than no and I plus plus. Now you have to go till number and check that whether it is a consecutive number or not. Means it would surely be less than the original number. So now we have to do for this. Pronic number means if I into I plus 1 is equal to no, then flag is equal to true. Break. If flag equal to true, then SOPLN Pronic number, else not a Pronic number. This is the program. Here we have taken user input till here. Now we have taken one variable called flag in boolean, and now we have started for loop. For int I is equal to 1, I is less than number, because we have not put here equal to, because the I would surely be less than the number, and I plus plus it will condition will go afterwards. Then here we have if I into I plus 1 means if it will check if I into I plus 1 means if there was one example of 2 into 3, that once it will go 1 into 1 plus 1 1 into 2 is equal to 2. No, flag false. It will go there. Then again for loop will be executed. Here it will be 2. I is 2. I is less than number. Yes, number is 12. And if I into 2 plus 1 means 2 into 3. 3 to ja 6. Now if is equal to number, no, then it will also be false. Then again for loop will be executed again. I plus plus, it becomes 3, and now 3 is less than number. Yes. Now if we put here 3 and 3 plus 1, 4, 4 3s are 12. 12 is equal to 12. Now flag will be true and break will be executed here. So it will break here and give the output. If flag is equal to true, then it is Pronic number, else not. This was the program. Kindly copy it. As we move towards our second question, that write a program to take a number and print the product, print all the factors of that number. Now we have to print factors. So now what is factor? If we tell that factor of 7, then 7 is equal to 1 comma 7. If we tell 4, then 1 comma 2 comma 4. These are the factorial of the number. So now we have to write the program for this. Till here it is clear that we have taken here user input by taking a number. After this, what we'll do, for int I is equal to 1, I is less than number I plus plus. Now it will be equal to, because 7 is also the factorial of its own, so here it will be equal to, and now I is equal to 1, I is less than number I plus plus, and now we have to find if number mod I is equal to, if number, what is number? If there is 4, then 4 mod I is equal to 0, then SOPLN I. Now here we have taken I is equal to 1, I is less than number I plus plus. So if number is what, 4. Now 4 mod 1 is equal to 0, yes. Now SOPLN I is what, 1. I is 1. Now after this SOPLN will write. After this execution, now it will go I plus plus. So I is equal to 2. Now 2 is less than number 4, yes. And now 4 mod 2. If we divide 2 by 4, the remainder will be 0. So now 0 to 2 is also a factor of that number 2. We have written. After this 3 will go. 3 is less than, yes. Now 4 mod 3 is equal to 0. No, we cannot divide it by 3. So this condition would be false, and it will go again inside this loop. So I will become 4, and 4 is less than equal to. That's why I have written here that if 4 is equal to 4, yes. Now it will check 4 mod 4. If we divide 4 by 4, what will be the output? Mod 0. 0 will be the output. So yes equal to 0, then it will print 1 2 4. 1 2 4. We see here factors of 4 and here this match, so we can conclude that this is the correct program. So copy it. Factors. These are the factors. So for a number, if we write, moving towards question number 3, we have here question, write a program to take a number and find sum of all the digits of that number. So now if we say there is number 3 to 1, then sum of all the number is 3 to 1 means 6. Here we want, in this program we want 6 as an output of this program. So how we will find the each numbers? So now we used to find like that to find last 3 21 mod 10. By this we got the last digit as 1. So but here this concept will work, but with high level, not with that simple or easy one. So now we have to find sum of all digits. So here till here it will be same. To take a number input, after this now we'll take sum is equal to 0 and one d one variable. Here we have taken one sum, int sum is equal to 0 and d one variable, right? For int I is equal to 1, I is equal to no, I is more than 0 and I is equal to, leave that, I is equal to I by 10, but leave this part now. We have declared here I is number, and this condition I will be greater than 1. Yes, it would be greater in the adverse condition that number is not equal to 0 or less than it, in minus. So now see, we have taken here d. So d is equal to I mod 10. I mod 10, here we have taken d is equal to I mod 10, and sum is equal to sum plus d. This we have closed this. Now SOPLN, system.out.println, sum is equal to plus sum. This is the program. Here we have taken number 3 to 1. I would be greater than 0. Yes, true. Now here d is equal to I mod 10. Means what? D is equal to I mod 10. 3 to 1 mod 10. Mod 10 we know, mod 10 is for finding the last number. So here it will come 1, and sum is equal to sum plus d. Now d is 1, so sum is equal to 1. Here sum will be 1. Now here there is condition that I is equal to I by 10. So 3 to 1 by 10 is equal to, point will go up, 3 2. Now I is equal to 3 2. 3 2. 3 2 is more than 0. Yes. Now I is equal to 3 2, and 3 2 mod 10 is equal to, this time it will be 2, and sum was 1. 1 plus 2 is equal to, now it will become 3. Here it will be 3, and I will be I by 10. So now I was 3 2 by 10 is equal to 3. 3 is more than 0, yes. 3 mod 10 is equal to what? 3 mod 10 is equal to 0. 3 mod 10 is equal to 3. Is equal to 3, and sum is equal to sum. What was sum? 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Sum of all the digits 3 to 1 is 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6. So this program is totally correct. So now moving towards question number 4, we have here, write a program to take a number and check whether it is SPI number or not. So now, what is a SPI number? SPI number. Now, SPI number, as we have seen in the previous question, that 1 plus 2 plus 3 was 3 plus 2 plus 1 6, and in this SPI number 1 into 2 into 3. Now what is the output of this? So 3 2 is 6 and 6 1 is 6. So this and this both are, when there are both are equal. When both are equal, then it is a SPI number. So we can say that 1 2 3 is an SPI number. So for this we have to write the program. So we know till the user input what you have to take. Now int number is equal to sc dot next int. Till here you know that import java.util.asterisk public class name public static void main string args scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.in, enter a number, we have to print, and then this, after this we have to declare few numbers like int sum is equal to 0, sum is equal to 0, d, and we have to see that what we will declare here. So like previous program only we have to do this, but we have to put our logic. So what we have done, for int I is equal to number, I is more than 0, I is equal to I by 10. I is equal to I by 10. We have done till here. So d is equal to I mod 10. S is equal to S plus D. What is this? Sum. And 1 F is equal to 1. So F is equal to F into D. Now till here it would be clear that we have to find if number is equal to number, we have find the sum and product of the number. Now if this f we have taken 1, because if we would have taken it 0, then 0 will be multiplied with any number and it will give outcome 0. So we don't want that. For this we have taken f is equal to 1, and 1 into d means 1 into 2, 1 into 1, again 1 into 2, and again 2 into 3. So now we have done till here. So after this, if we have closed here for loop, after this if we have here s and here f, so now we have to equalize both. So for this we will write s is equal to d, then SOPLN SPI number else SOPLN not a SPI number. So this was the program. Here we have taken done like before only. We have found all the numbers in D, and again it will go in for loop, and sum is equal to sum plus D. We have find the sum of all the numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3, and here we have found the product of 1 into 2 into 3, and here if 6 is equal to 6, here we have shown, then it is a SPI number, else not a SPI number. This was the program. Just there is the need of logic for these programs. Now moving towards question number 5, we have here, write a program to take a number and check whether it is an Armstrong number or not. So for this, we have to, first I will write the question, Armstrong number. So now what is an Armstrong number? Armstrong number is equal to, we have example of it as 153. Now if we do Q of 1, it will be 1, plus if we do Q of 5, it will be 125, and if we do Q of 3, then it would be 27. So now adding all these will get outcome as 153. So if we Q any number and add cubes of all the number, then the outcome, when outcome is equal to the original number, it is called an Armstrong number. So for this we have to write a program in Java. So int number we have taken input. Here we have declared few, sum is equal to 0 df. Here we have taken int I is equal to number, I is more than 0 and I is equal to I by 10. It would be same, and after this we'll take here d, which we have taken before also. D is equal to I mod 10. We know we have taken it before to find all the numbers afterwards, after each other. So we have found here the numbers. So now we have to do the Q of each and every number. So for that we have here sum is equal to sum plus Q of that number. So we have to remember one thing, that in previous classes we have learned about math.pow. So what is this math.pow? Math.pow, a to the power 3 means a ka cube. If we write a is 1, then 1 ka cube is 1. If we write a is 5, then 5 ka cube 125, and like this for 327. So sum is equal to sum plus math dot pow. What we'll write here, math dot pow, d is finding every number, comma 3. Now d comma 3 all will go inside sum. After this, just a moment, we have written here math.pow d comma 3. After this, what we'll do, that we'll check that we'll close the loop first, then we'll check if the number is equal to what? The sum of numbers, sum of q of the numbers. So now sum of q of numbers is inside the sum. So we'll do, if number is equal to sum, then SOPLN Armstrong number, else SOPLN not an Armstrong number. We'll close the two braces which we have opened before. So this is the program where we have taken like similar like that, and here we have found the number one by one, 155, then 3, and here we have done q of 1, again q of 5, and again q of 3, as the value of d keeps on changing. So we have added it inside the sum, and sum has all the addition of q of number. So now if number is equal to sum, now 153 was there, the q of that number was also 153. So now if both are equal, then only it is an Armstrong number. So this was the program. So almost half an hour is over. So now in next class we'll do the pattern programming or nested loop pattern program and nested loop. So for this we have nested loop means two loops inside each other. So now that we'll discuss in our next class. So today we have done almost 5 programs of or big programs, 5 big programs of numbers, which is very important for our boards and also for our exams in our schools. So these are the questions from previous year's question. So is an important question, you to know. So this much only for today. Thanks for watching our video. If you like this video, do write in comment section, and thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.